What's up, amigos? Commander Jaime here today. We have a different video today. We actually got a special guest on the channel, and his name is Black Eye Senpai. He's actually an Aqua Force YouTuber and also a competitive player. Black Eye Senpai, would you like to say hi?
What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Senpai. How's everybody doing? How's everybody not doing? So, Commander Jaime, I'm here.
Yes. All right. Welcome aboard ship. Right. So,
Permission to come aboard.
permission to come aboard. Right. So for the viewers, this is again a different kind of video. This is going to be an interview. I just have a couple of questions for Black Eye Senpai just to get to know him a little bit better, what kind of content that he has on his channel, and what has he learned basically as a Vanguard player, as we all learn in our experiences with, playing other people, going through events and topping and all that kind of stuff. So just have a couple of questions with you, Black Eye Senpai. Is that okay?
Yeah, feel free.
Awesome. So the very first question I have for you is, when and how did you start playing Vanguard?
Okay. So this is kind of like it's a little bit of a little bit of story time.
Sure.
So, I started playing, like, the time frame that I was playing, it was like the sneak week, like it was the time I actually started playing was like the sneak weekend for BT05, like original BT05, like with Dote
Wow.
MLB and all that stuff. Like they were getting ready to
Yes.
come out. That's when I picked up like my first competitive deck. But when I started playing, uh, I want to say it was like around the time like the Gold Paladin trial deck for English, because I know that
Hmm.
stuff was like a little bit it was a little bit like out of order. So I started playing like Garmor Ezel in the beginning.
Nice.
That was like my first deck, and then I was like, "This deck's dumb. Other decks can do better things." Because I saw like Dragonic Overlord deck, and I was like, "That seems kind of like more my style. I like to. I don't want to waste attacks on like the other rear guards and stuff like that. I just want to restand
Gotcha.
and like hit." And then
Hmm.
after that, I think I stopped playing for a good like 4 months
Oh, wow.
because yeah, so I stopped playing for like 4 months. I went to my locals, saw that they had Vanguard there, and I was like, I used to play that game because I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh at that time, and I was like hyper competitive, and I was like going to
Nice.
like regionals, like I think I made top 32 at one regionals for Yu-Gi-Oh. I
Nice.
made,
Congrats.
thank you, and I was playing Heroes back then too, so I was like, I need something
Woo!
to step up.
Elemental Heroes.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
playing those.
Yeah, because I think the when I got top 32, I was playing Stun Heroes. So
Oh, you're that guy. Okay.
yeah, I was that guy. I'm always that guy.
Yeah.
Um,
But back to
but
Vanguard.
yeah, so like when I started playing Vanguard, I saw like, oh, it was like BTO5. I was like, oh, that's the card. My friend kept telling me to like trade him if I ever got it, and it was dope. And I didn't understand it.
Mm,
Like, so what I did, I bought Kagero trial deck. I bought and I bought 3 boxes. and I was
nice.
like and I was like high into like the odds of like the chances of pulling stuff, and I was like, I'm gonna get this box, and this box. Out of those three
Gambling time.
boxes, yeah,
Hmm.
it paid off. Like out of the
Wow.
first box, I got dope, and then I pulled a SP dope, which at the time was like 200 or something like that, I think.
Holy
Uh,
crap. And those for that don't know Doe, it's Dragonic Overlord the end.
oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, sorry, I keep assuming that everybody knows about dope. It's like dope's been
I'm pretty
around.
sure, yeah, but there's some people that, yeah, don't.
Yeah.
We give
So
acronyms to acronyms, and no, I'm kidding. But go ahead.
so
So
yeah,
that's
so
how you started out.
yeah, that's how I started out. I pulled all 4 dotes that I needed. One of them was SP, and then I was just like, fuck my locals, and I fucked everybody up there. Um, and then
Just like Kai.
yeah, well, no, because when we because I know you remember. I don't know if
Hmm.
anybody else remembers, but you had to have shop qualifiers to qualify to go to regionals. Um, like
Oh yeah.
during the shop qualifiers after I built Dote fully. There's this guy at my locals. We call him Little Tyler.
Uh-huh.
But he ended up building Grand Blue, and he crit sacked the shit out of me. Sorry, I know this
Ouch.
video is not being monetized. I'm so sorry. But yeah, he critted me out of the tournament, and I was like so mad. Um, And after that, I flopped around because I was like, Dote's like it's a good deck, but like I didn't like feel my heart into it, and I was like literally on the
Mhm.
flip flop of going back to Yu-Gi-Oh! And I got out of
Oh,
that
wow.
because I heard about E-Dragons, but they weren't out yet, and I was playing Fire Fist.
Mhm.
So I was like, you know what, I can
Oh,
just
you
pick
were
up.
around that era. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, yeah, I just pick up Fire Fist again, and then I played Spikes for
Uh-huh.
the team regional qualifier, qualified for teams with that, and then like one of my friends showed me, he was like, "Oh, hey, look at this deck. They can attack a bunch of times."
Mhm.
Um, and it's like you were in the Navy, they're in the Navy, and I was like, let me check this out. Let me just look at it.
Oh, wow.
Fortunately, the first card that I saw that they showed me was Basil, because that was the card of the day. And then I was like, well, what's their boss monster?
Oh.
And he was like, well, this is the one from the trial deck, which was Naval Gazer.
Yep.
And then a couple days later, I started like, paying more and more attention. And I saw Maelstrom and I was like, this is really good. So then I went to teams with Maelstrom. I went to the very first ARG circuit series that had Vanguard in it. I got fourth place there with that.
Nice.
And fun fact, I did not have a set of perfect guards when that happened. I had one perfect guard, and I forgot the night before. I was just
Woo.
testing with some random stuff, and unfortunately, it worked out for me. Like the only thing that I lost to was my friend's Dote deck.
Gotcha.
Um,
That's where you would need the PG more. Yeah.
yeah. So then after that, I think I went to I went to several other ARGs. Like all of them, I ended up kept getting top eights, but I never
That's impressive.
won. Yeah, and like I never won any of them until like I forgot what it was like 3 or 4 years ago, where I just like out of the blue just like messaged you because I was looking up Aqua Force deck profiles and I was like, oh,
That's right.
this Commander Jaime guy, he seems to know what he's talking about. Let me just ask him some questions about some stuff. And then because at that time I was building, it's either going to be Blue Wave or it's going to be Thavas for the
Yeah, I remember
ARG.
you were dead set on Thavas.
Yeah, oh my God, I was so dead set on Thavas. But then I was like, nothing really happens till after GB or after GB1, and I want something that's going to go quick. And then I was just
Right.
like, hey, hopefully if you don't mind, can you give me some feedback on this? And then graciously, you were like, hey man, I'll help you out. Blah blah blah. You talked to me about the options. I ended up going with Blue Waves and winning that event. That was like that broke my top eight curse. Um,
Yeah, right. Top acres.
yeah, and I still had that playmat. So that sadly it was a Shadow Paladin playmat, but whatever.
I
Um,
know which one you're talking about too, because we had an ARG the same time when you had that, and I remember I getting the message from you. It's like with the picture of the mat and the trophy, and I'm like
yeah,
barely going into top eight. I'm like, wow, that you won it. Wow, that's amazing, bro. So
yeah.
congrats on that, bro.
Well, thank you. But since
That
then
was,
is I'm
I
sorry,
was
go
gonna
ahead.
say for the viewers that skipped ahead on to the G era, and that's when basically GBT '09, I believe, when the Wailing Fabas came out,
Yeah,
and then Blue Wave got a second wave of support outside of the clan booster. So we had units like Lucianos and Damia, yeah,
yeah.
Damia.
Oh my God, so many
It
people
was
at
around
that.
that time.
Yeah, so many people did not know what Luciano did. Like they did it, they could not wrap it around their head. Like, hey, if he swings with this, he can restand. I should not kill that unit. Let me let his restanding unit swing because everybody was going after Foivos and Title Assault, and I'm just like,
Right.
okay, feel free, go ahead, I don't care. And then Damia was like putting in work too. Like, oh my God,
Yeah, she did.
those were the days. I miss those
I
days.
know, right? So this kind of bleeds into my next question. I feel like I already know the answer, but you might surprise me. My next question to you is that what is your favorite clan, and do you have any other favorite clans, or is it just mainly one? Or how did
Um,
it become your favorite, I should say?
okay. So my favorite clan, I want to say, like, do you mean like as far as like playing or aesthetically?
Oh, um, you can do both.
Okay. As far as playing wise, Aqua Force hands down. There's no way if ands or buts about it. It's Aqua
Hmm.
Force dead set. And then like Kagero and Shadows are like a close second and third. Um,
Oh, for the aesthetic behind.
oh no, for aesthetics, it's purely Gears. I don't know why I like Gears. like purely
Oh,
aesthetically.
okay.
Because there was
So for okay, sorry.
no, you're fine. No, because like there was a point in time like it was I think it was because you remember those you remember Christian Larson and how he used to do the like the I forget what it was called, what tournament series he had, but it was basically like a 1K essentially.
You're not talking about the ARG Nats or the
No,
King of Card Fight.
King of Card Fight. I think that's what it was. Yeah.
Okay.
Um, like during that time frame, I was playing Gears the entire time, and this was like
Okay.
before Next Stage. So
Yeah, it probably was King of Card Fight. I did play around that time with barely Lambros coming out, so sounds about
yeah,
around that time.
yeah, that like so like Gears purely aesthetically and like as far as just like actually playing Kagero, well not Kagero, Aqua Force, Kagero, Shadows easily. Definitely my favorite clans. Like I'm starting to pick up on Murakumo. I want to anyway. Like it comes easy, mm, but yeah, definitely Aqua Force. Like there's to me, there's nothing that's gonna be better than it. No matter what crappy support we get or overcosted units that we get, I'm still gonna stick with Aqua Force. Like it's my favorite.
Same,
Like
man. I know how you feel, man. I feel this same exact way. So now to my next question.
right.
Um, so why YouTube channel and how did you start?
So my YouTube channel originally, because I know how I learn, and I
Mhm.
learn by like doing and watching my mistakes. So
That's good.
originally it was just for like a Yu-Gi-Oh channel, because at the time like I started this channel like back in 2011 2012,
Mhm.
and it was just because I was playing heroes like heavy, and I was playing heroes, I was playing Ninja Hieratics, um, and
Oh,
so I
yeah,
wanted
it's
to
funny. I
watch.
know those references.
So
Well,
like
go
I
ahead.
wanted to watch all my misplays, and then like at that time that's when I started getting in the Vanguard. And so
Mhm.
like there's like if you go way into the backlog of my channel, you'll see like Ninja Hieratics with like over 1,000 views. You'll see like heroes and stuff like that, but then eventually you'll see it just fade off and go in straight into Vanguard, and then it's gonna be like I think there's like dope, and then like I want to say 90% of my Vanguard content is Aqua Force related.
Yeah, I remember seeing your like last card rev on video from
Oh,
like back in the day, not the recent one.
yeah. Man, oh man, those were the days. That was actually that last card Revan versus MLB probably was my favorite video on
Mhm.
my channel that I've ever made.
Mhm.
But yeah, like so like so yeah, again like uh getting into YouTube, it was more so I could help myself improve because that's how I learn.
Interesting. Yeah.
And so like I can go back, look at my mistakes, look at deck profiles, look how I could do them better, how I could talk better, because like I have like when I get nervous I say like or I do pauses and stuff like that, so I was trying to like get better at that. Now I speak a
Yeah,
little bit better.
that'll make you watch it a bit. I was
Yeah.
like that for a bit. Yeah, I try to be what's the word lenient with myself, but not to be too too perfect about myself. Like perfectionism. There you go. That's the word.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
I mean it's good to strive for, but it's whatever.
right.
But yeah, that was the main reason for it, and it's like I feel like it's helped a lot because
Good.
now it's like a lot of people at my locals or people like even people in Chicago. You guys, I go like Card Fighters Underground, which is on the second floor.
Yep.
Um, I go up there and they're like, "Oh, it's the Aqua Force guy." That's why that's they don't remember my name. They just remember I'm the Aqua Force guy who goes to regionals.
I gotta
So
remember somehow. Well, that's good.
yeah.
So, with going through all this, what are some things that you've learned being a YouTuber and also being a competitive player that you think has helped you in both rounds?
One, staying well, not so much humble, but being like a decent human being to other people
Amen.
um, because it's and I'm not gonna say any names, but I just remember when I was starting out my YouTube journey, Vanguard,
Hmm.
there was a YouTuber who was like, I was like, hey, would you mind, helping me with this? Could you give me some advice on this? And this
Hmm.
guy's like, well, all my advice is reserved for my subs. Um, I don't like if you're not one of my subs or you're not going to like putting towards my Patreon. I don't have time for this right now. And I was like, whew,
Wow. Where'd that
okay.
come from?
I don't know. So I like at that moment I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna be like that. If somebody wants to ask me questions, feel free, come and ask me questions.
Hmm.
So that's one thing I learned: be a decent human being to other people because, that kid may get us a player or keep gain us a player or like 10 because he's like,
Hmm.
hey, I know this guy, he's really nice. You know, you could play this game. This environment's not that bad. Um,
Right,
so
be a positive example for the game itself.
yeah. And another thing I learned is how to pay more attention. And despite the popular rumor about Vanguard players learning how to read and comprehend, um, I'm not saying that like everybody doesn't know how to read. Yeah, just got to learn how to read. Um, I
Yeah,
definitely learned that. I still
I've
mess up
learned that the same
sometimes.
way. Like I remember, like each video I do, I make sure I reread my cards and not say the effect completely wrong.
Yeah, oh my God, I've done that so many times. It's uh, like the other day I was playing Shadows because I was testing it out.
Uh-huh.
And I messed up Mordred's skill. Like
Uh,
I cheated. I restood with Blaster Dark, and my opponent was only on grade 2, so I was just like, this is what he
Whoops.
does. Yeah. I ended up winning that round, but still, like, I cheated, so I'm sorry to my opponent.
I'm surprised I didn't catch that, but I mean,
Yeah,
it is what it is, you know. We all laugh
yeah,
at ourselves at the end of the day.
I know.
Um, but that's good. And then also, um, are there actually other YouTubers and or players that you associate with in particular? Like, do they also somehow contribute as well to your channel or to your skill level in the competitive scene?
Yes, there are several. Well, there's several people that I can name in specific, but then there's several people because I believe in the philosophy of like there's nobody that you can't learn something from. So
Hmm.
even, and I'm using air quotes with this, there even those YouTubers that people consider to be bad.
Yeah.
So like they're not bad. They just have a different way of thinking or doing things because there might be something that they might do that you might not be doing, and you can catch that and you could pick it up
Yeah.
and learn how to improve it, and then there you go. But specifically people, one, definitely you, because if it wasn't for your Aqua Force videos when I was like coming up, I would
Hmm.
have definitely not played Aqua Force at that 1K. I would have taken gears like I thought, and I possibly would not have won. Um, the Card Fight King, because he's shown me like you got to be very optimistic
Yeah.
about like especially with the support that we're getting.
Hmm.
Uh,
I
let's
love
see.
CFK. He
Um,
always tells it how it is too, and
yeah, I know.
I,
That's one of the things that I definitely like about him.
random shout out to CFK.
Wave Nation, like lets me like his videos. They aren't like that. Like they aren't like, oh my god, this is the meta. We have to do this. It's like you can have fun. Like this is a game. You can have fun.
Hmm.
Um, then like other players that I associate with. One of my friends who's actually at Worlds right now. He's on my
Congrats.
channel. Yeah, he's the Messiah player. Actually, he qualified for Worlds with Messiahs.
That's
Uh,
right. I remember him.
yeah, so he's there right now.
What's
Hopefully,
his name?
Dan. His name's Dan.
That's right,
Uh,
Dan.
yeah. So good luck, Dan. Hopefully, you win or you at least top 4 so you can play Messiahs on your team.
Right,
Uh,
representing Link Joker.
Yeah. Um, Definitely the person who I get, if not the build, but the base of the build, uh, Zay. He's in our Discord. He
Yep.
does a lot of Aqua Force articles. He's very, very smart. He like, and it's not even just with the Aqua Force. He's like really good with a lot of different clans. So if I ever have questions on like, how should I play this clan? How should I, go up against in this matchup? I usually go to him. He's like the first stop that I go to.
Yeah,
Um,
Zay is a very good person. He's very knowledgeable, and he doesn't really have his own YouTube channel, but he's been on this channel too before. I've actually interviewed him over a year ago. So if you guys are curious, I actually interviewed him on a 5 profile that he actually topped in ARG probably 2 years ago. And then also the recent Aquaforce build that I did for Riptide Premium, that actually came from him in Wave Nation. And then of course, Stand Up the Story, you actually took it to an event. And so
yeah, I took that. I actually took that build to Chicago for day two.
did you also? Oh wow.
Yeah, and like I did really well with it, but it's just like everybody kept 6 damage healing on me, so
That's annoying.
it's just like I'm like Riptide, 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 and then I'm like, here you go, Tidal Assault, Riptide, Riptide, and then it's like they're like, oh, 6 damage heal, because I'm playing against like Bermudas too, but it's whatever.
Oh, yeah, that's why you
Yeah,
needed the 6 damage in, but yeah, guess that it is the luck factor at that part, but oh well, you did your best.
yeah, and then there's one other person that actually helps me like push me through like getting through like through Vanguard stuff. It's my friend Darren. He's one of my locals. Um, he's again he's like Zay.
Mhm.
He's just a local version of Zay for me.
Gotcha.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
because Zay's from Canada and you're in the United States, so
yeah,
whole
he's
different
about a
country.
5 hour drive.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're not that far from Canada.
No, it's actually closer than going to go see you.
Wow, that's funny.
But it's a
Yeah.
different country. But it's whatever. I'll be in Chicago this year. Well, hopefully I'll be able to see you there.
Yeah, I plan to show up either to support or I'm not sure if I'll be able to play. It's teams. I was hoping to get back into the competitive scene by just like, 1 versus 1 versus instead of like the 3 versus 3. But
Yeah.
we'll see how things pan out. So
Well, I mean, hopefully I see you there. Definitely wanna test my metal.
for sure, brother. uh, that brings me to my next question then. So why continue on with your channel and also playing in the competitive scene? Like, do you see yourself in the future in both realms though?
I do. Um, I and like to me, being competitive and continuing my channel, it goes hand in hand for me. Um, Mainly because, like I said earlier, that's how I learn how to like
Hmm.
fix from my mess ups.
Hmm.
Is by watching myself play.
Right.
Um, then I'll be like, I could have done this better. I could have done that better.
Hmm.
And being competitive, like I have a goal. I have two goals actually. One for
Okay.
YouTube, one for like competitive play of Vanguard.
Good.
One,
Yeah.
I want to qualify. I want to at least top at a regionals because I'm planning on trying to go to Chicago. I'm going to Chicago definitely. I may be at White Plains, New York, and I'm possibly going to Toronto for
Right.
regionals. So at one of those, I want to try to get top 8.
Yeah.
That's my competitive Vanguard goal, either for
That's a
teams
good
or
goal.
for singles. Now for my YouTube goal, um, I believe people will come to you, watch your channel, subscribe, and stuff like that, as long as you have like quality content.
Hmm.
Um, and that's what I'm striving towards putting out. So like I have a goal of like trying to make at least to like 400 subs by the end of the year. So I have at least a good 10 months, 15
Yeah.
days to do, or 11 months, 15 days to do so. Um,
Countdown stars now.
exactly. Start subscribing, everybody. And then like, but yeah, like if I do reach my goal, then I'm planning on doing like a couple boxes giveaway or whatever whenever I reach that 400 goal. People
Yeah,
don't sell
definitely
just for
celebrate it.
boxes.
Yeah. What I think I'll ask you on the topic of that, like, if people were to go to your channel, what kind of content outside of you just doing your own deck profiles or recording your own games for your own self benefit, what do you think that other viewers can actually take from your channel?
That's a good question. Mostly how to play Aqua Force and how not to play Aqua Force. Actually, that's probably a better statement of it. How not to play Aqua Force, and they'll learn that Aqua Force is the greatest clan ever created besides Token Ranbu.
Oh
Um,
gosh, you went there.
yeah, Token Ram. Listen, my friend qualified for for day 2 regionals in singles in the prime of Shiranui and all that stuff with Token Ranbu without the second wave of support that we never got.
Wow, that's very impressive.
So
When you
Token
say
Ranbu,
Shiranui, you're talking about like Ren GPT 14, right?
yeah, GBT 14, yeah, around
Oh
that
my
time frame,
gosh,
yeah.
I love that deck.
I mean, the profile's on my channel; it's there.
Right.
But
I did
yeah,
see that profile. I remember that. Holy crap. I know exactly what you're talking about.
yeah. But one other thing is like, I think that people could take away from my channel possibly is just taking like, and I say like I've been saying this like for the past probably like year, and it's just because I'm going through like some personal issues.
Hmm.
But and I say this in every video, it's like take care of each other because, and it's mainly because you'll never know who you'll need one another person's going through. Just like that 5 seconds that somebody could take to be like, hey man, how are you doing? That
Yes,
might change somebody's day.
it
And
does.
because like for and hope you don't mind me getting personal really quickly.
No, it's fine. This is your
So
interview.
so about like it was April 27th, 2019. My sister had passed, and then I went into like a super deep depression for like the next couple of months. So like when I saw you in Chicago, like I was hyper faking the funk. Um, so I was like deep down in it, and it's like my girlfriend, she helped me get through it. My friends, my local friends helped me get through it. Zay, CFK, Wave Nation, all the people in the Discord, they were like, hey, if you need to talk here. So, and everybody who's listening or watching, um, one, if you haven't already, sub to Jaime. Jaime is a great guy. You can get a lot of great content out of there. Um, two, definitely take care of each other because I mean nobody goes through this life alone, and that's all we have is just each other. And third, if you want to, you can sub to me. Sometimes I might stream like Final Fantasy, but hey, yeah. I mean, it's sad that it got pushed back by a month, but whatever. Yeah, like that's the main reason why I go to Chicago. 'Cause it's like my connections with you, with Shiga, Duke, um,
Hmm.
Khalil, because I like Khalil. I finally learned his name. Most of the judges that are up there,
Right.
Freddie, like you guys, like make like it's not the regional itself to me that makes it fun. It's seeing my friends that I don't
Right.
get to see that often. That's why I changed my Twitter profile picture, or not profile picture, my banner picture for Twitter is the one that we took with like me, you, Duke, Andres. Uh,
Yes, I remember that picture.
yeah,
That was
like
a really good picture.
yeah, that was probably like, and I don't take pictures that often. That was probably like my favorite picture from like that entire year. So yeah,
I'm glad to hear. Yeah, I felt the same way. I mean, honestly, that event I went to and I didn't even play. So for those that don't know, like I live in the Chicago area and I actually don't live that close. I actually drove like almost an hour to get there just to see people, just to like talk to them again and then seeing what's going on. And I played a few games, like I played a game or two with Black Eye Senpai himself, but like it wasn't about just like the event. Like Black Eye Senpai said, it's just there sometimes for the environment, for the people, and just for the thrill.
yeah, I definitely agree with that because Those connections, like it's those connections that make it feel like, and I feel like right now I'm going into like anime protagonist speech category or territory. Hopefully I'm not, but yeah, it's like those are the experiences that like people should strive for. Yeah, winning, like getting top 8 or winning is nice, but like that's to me that's the best part. Like if I didn't go to regionals with Dan when he first topped, uh, with
At Indy.
Messiah's.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did it at Indy. He did it in Chicago. He did it
Mhm.
again, and he actually qualified for Worlds in White Plains. Like, if I wasn't there for my friends, like, is it really even a good moment? Like, yeah, I topped or whatever, but like, what's
Yeah,
it
that
without your friends?
exactly. And that same day, your friend topped, Dan. I actually topped with Night Rose. That was
Oh,
the big one for me, and I can speak for that. Where like some of the close friends that I had didn't actually go to that event that weekend, so I was pretty much on my own, except with like some close people like my cousin and his girlfriend, and then of course my fiance at the time, now wife. It just makes it more special when you have the close people that you usually hang out with there for you, and you do the same
yeah,
thing for others too, right?
like those are the
Anyway,
best days.
exactly. So anyway, I guess I'll start closing this out. So Black Eye Senpai, I just want to take the opportunity to thank you for coming onto the channel, telling us honestly a good portion of yourself, what you bring as a player and what you bring as a YouTuber. And honestly, if there's any social media or shout outs you want to do, feel free.
Okay, so I'm not really like a social media person. If you guys want my Snapchat, I'll put it in the comments. Um, I have an Instagram. I have a Twitter. You guys can feel free to follow me there. My Twitter is, I think it's Black Eye Senpai. I think it is still.
Mhm.
Not positive on that because I started turning my Twitter into my art channel.
Gotcha.
And my Instagram, I have not touched that in forever. I think it's like something like Red Hawk when I was like in my super emo and angsty phase. Um,
I can always just put the links in the description so people could
okay.
just like click on the links.
Yeah, so if you guys want to follow me there, that's fine. I definitely to first the Force of the Ocean Discord, which was founded to start input on blogs for Aqua Force people, so that way we can get either returning or new players. That
Hmm.
was definitely all you, Commander Jaime, and Ocean Dragon, who we hardly talk to anymore.
Yeah,
But
he's the founder. I'm just the helper.
so it's like it's you guys, and then definitely everybody inside the Discord. Um, my friends locally, uh, Big Tyler, Little Tyler, Small Tyler, Dan, definitely, Darren.
Medium-sized Tyler.
Yeah, there's no,
I'm
we
kidding.
have multiple Tylers at our locals. That's why
Oh
we have to,
wow.
yeah. It's like, hey Tyler, all three of them. What? Um,
Wow, three people with the same name. Wow.
yeah.
But go
Um,
ahead.
my very first local, Kid Force Collectibles, even though none of you know where that is. So good locals. My current locals, Immortals Inc. They do have singles online if you guys want to check them out. Um, let's see. My well, my girlfriend anymore. She's my fiance. So
Woo!
so
Congrats.
thank you. So sorry, fellas, but I'm off the market. um, yeah, definitely shout out to her because like without her, like I wouldn't even be able to play Vanguard at all. Period.
Wow.
Like she's definitely gotten me out of like a bunch of binds and helped put me in positions where I can actually like go to Chicago, pick up a deck, things like that, while she's cackling in the other room because she's watching The Bachelor. Um, let's see. Is there anybody else? Am I missing anybody? Am I missing anybody? Um, no, I think that's it. Shout out to my piece of shit car for getting me to Chicago. Um, and hopefully it's going to do the same thing again this year. Actually, um, but yeah, I think that's about it. Um, oh no, actually, wait. shout out to all the people who are actually my 277 subscribers who actually do watch and they do pay attention to my videos. You guys literally are the people who motivate me to want to put out like good videos. I don't want to put out crap for you. I don't want to just put out like, oh, here's a deck profile or here's a fight on CFA. I don't have to say anything. Just gonna put some music and throw some images up. Like you guys are the main reason why I take my time. I pick good music for what I feel is good music, and I
Hmm.
like cut out the art myself and copy and paste it whatever. But
Right.
like you guys are the lifeblood for reason why I do this channel. So yeah, definitely shout out to everybody who watches.
That's good.
Yeah, I think that's
Very
about
good
it.
shout out. So, one thing that I would say is, again, thanks for the opportunity to come out on the channel. For those viewing, I definitely promote his channel. As you can see, he's a guy that cares about his subscribers, and he has a lot of Aqua Force content. So, if you guys like any of that, great traits of him, or the Aqua Force content and stuff, feel free to check it out. Honestly, it's great to watch his videos. You'll learn stuff that honestly you might not learn from another YouTuber or any other player. So definitely check it out. All right, amigos. This is concludes for the interview, and we're signing out. See ya.
Peace.